Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Forgive us, we already started filming and we had to start over, but if you're new here, my name's Amanda.
I'm Rashawn.
And together we are Not Your Mama's Greens.
Yay.
We're going to be doing a mukbang for you tonight. It is, first of all, a quarantine. If you guys are not watching the news.
Lockdown, shut down.
Shut down, coronavirus. So this is a quarantine mukbang.
Mukbang.
Yeah. We're going to eat some awesome Italian eats. You want to talk about what we got here?
Yeah, this is an Italian mukbang. What we got here? We got this Neapolitan pizza with some Daiya vegan cheese, some plant-based beef from Beyond Meat. Shout out to Beyond Meat. Your shit is popping. And we got this bread loaf. We got this whole wheat pasta with the sauce that she put some elbows and feet in.
I sure did. I put some Gardein veggie meat in there. I put some bell peppers. I put a little bit of onion, some portobello mushrooms, some garlic. So we are so excited to fucking eat. Also, we asked you guys a couple questions on Instagram that we're going to answer. And then we'll talk about some, little get to know you things. We haven't done a new YouTuber tag yet.
You're going to get personal.
Yeah, so we're going to answer some questions that you might have been afraid to ask. So let's get to it.
Let's get it popping.
Alright, so we're going to get this plated.
Shit, I need some sauce.
Okay.
Big sauce.
And I need some pizza. Oh, I'm so hungry. It's like 11 p.m. and we haven't eaten dinner yet.
I was at work for like 6 hours, so I'm ready to eat. I made the pizza at work.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to be giving you guys an update about the cleanse, how that went. So the first part of that is I did not survive the 6 weeks. I made it 5 weeks, which I'm really proud of. Shut up, Sean. Okay, so this is why my cleanse ended soon. I was staying strong, okay, I cheated here and there. I cheated a couple times. But I was mostly staying strong. And in the 5th week, I made this like broccoli quinoa salad and it was so dry. And I had so many roasted vegetables by that point, so many grains. And I was like, if I eat one more fucking grain, I'm gonna lose it. And so that is how my cleanse ended. I did not go out like a champion, unfortunately. I did lose 10 pounds. I definitely was crashing a lot less than I was before. I felt like, I lost weight so quickly, and it's crazy because before the cleanse, I was working out so hard. And, I was putting on muscle and I looked good in that way, but I wasn't like losing in the fat I wanted to lose. And then it just like fell off as soon as I started like basically cutting out all carbs, no added sugars, no fast foods, none of that. So post-cleanse, aside from moments like these, I'm trying to stay healthy. You like the pasta?
Man, that shit fire.
I'm about to take a bite. But basically, I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm practicing intermittent fasting, so I'll probably do a whole other video about that. But I'm going to let Sean talk so I can eat now because I'm starving.
Alrighty. So, I got a little kitchen story time, little story. So, I started cooking, I'd probably say, for my job. Well, I started cooking for my job about 4 years ago.
But you've been cooking for a long time.
But I've been cooking since I was like a preteen. Once I learned how to cook eggs, scrambled eggs, it was over with. I wanted to be in the kitchen all the time.
That was my first meal on how to cook too, was eggs.
How do really?
Yeah, I guess like the first meal everyone learns how to cook is like eggs, spaghetti, and like ramen noodles.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like rice. But
nice.
I would say I got a passion for cooking after high school. After I didn't decide to pursue an athletic career, I decided to take up my second passion in cooking. And I found a lot of, I could say, respect for cooking whenever I started working at Sturge Chattanooga. I had a great head chef, a great sous chef that I worked under. Things didn't work out at Sturge, but I learned a lot there. And I think that experience alone, working in a very high volume kitchen, made me respect cooking a lot more, and I learned a lot there. So this Not Your Mama's Greens, this whole experience is just another stepping stone. And,
yeah.
For sure.
Gosh, now should I go into the similar story of my cooking?
Hell yeah.
So I learned how to cook pretty young. Like as a small kid, I remember making eggs. I learned how to make pasta, but then I'm like so shook that I even like have a brand that's around food and cooking. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, I used to be like, I don't want to learn how to cook because, wait, first of all, I was the queen of breakfast.
Word, that's true.
French toast,
Pancakes was her thing.
eggs, like, I like cook it up, but I wouldn't make any other meal. I refused. And I was like, I'm gonna eat takeout all the time, like Sex and the City, like I'm gonna have a personal chef, like I don't need to know how to cook, right? So this is like going up to college. So I go to college, first year, dining plan, cool, like don't need to cook anything, like you don't have a stove anyway. Second year, sophomore year, I went abroad for my first semester to London, and we had a kitchen, but we didn't have a meal plan. There was no dining hall. So I was forced to learn how to cook. And the whole summer before that, I knew this was going to be the case. I was like, I'm going to learn. And then I didn't. And then like 2 weeks before, like my mom had to be like, go over a couple things with me. And then I just was like shipped off to England. And I had to, you know, just teach myself how to make certain meals, like alter things because like they don't have the same products that we do. So I really had to be innovative.
That had to be a big challenge though.
It definitely.
Learning how to cook in a different country.
It definitely was. But it was cool though. I mean, mommy taught me like, you know, learn how to follow a recipe and you can make anything, and that's really true. So like once you're able to like follow those steps and interpret what those different directions mean on the stove, then it's like you can take off from there. And so then once I learned how to cook, I came back from London and I didn't have a meal plan anymore, even back on campus. So I was just cooking ever since. And then when I switched to a plant-based diet, you know, I had to learn how to cook all over again because now I wasn't making stuff that was meat-based. I was making a dish that has so many different layers and moving parts. So yeah, that's my story in the kitchen. Oh, I haven't even tried this piece yet.
Man, this shit is fire. Yo, Daya, cheese on pizza is pretty damn good. Especially putting it with...
melts.
It melts, yeah, it melts. And it has a good consistency, the texture.
For sure.
I don't know.
I love this Beyond Beef brick on there.
Yeah.
It's like a hamburger on there.
Yeah, definitely. Like I had like some cheeseburger.
We asked you guys on Instagram what questions you have for us since we're filming a mukbang. So, I'm going to pull these up. First question is from my friend Michelle. Hi Michelle, love you.
What's up, Michelle?
She just said seafood mukbang, please. This is a plant-based channel, ma'am. We are not going to be making a seafood mukbang.
Hey, I eat some fish, but this is a plant-based channel.
Plant-based channel. So maybe next time, Michelle. Chomek, he was one of my internship bosses, super cool guy. You know, I met him. I was interning in Boston at Boston Neighborhood Network. He asked, what's a mukbang? So I don't know the official definition of a mukbang, but I just started seeing a couple years ago people on YouTube getting together, eating a ton of food, and like talking shit. And I was like, this is what I want to do with my life.
That's pretty fun to say too.
Yeah, mukbang. Sorry for saying that. We're not trying to be offensive. Like, I just think that's how you say it.
I just love saying it like that.
Yeah. So I think that's our definition of it. Uncle Spoon said, what are you going to eat? Hey, Uncle Spoon.
That's that red.
We already kind of said it in the first clip, but we've got pizza here with vegan cheese and a Beyond Beef brick.
Also tomato sauce, oregano, and basil.
Yes, and then we've got pasta here with garden crumbles, portobello mushrooms, red bell peppers, and garlic.
Oh, y'all gotta try that. That shit is
I should do a tutorial. And I use this like rustic tomato sauce because the store sold out of all the regular sauces because everyone's stealing the pastas right now. Well, not stealing, but pasta is like, I mean, if you're gonna be quarantined, like it's the easiest thing to make because it's not gonna go bad.
I got me a box of Angel though.
I understand, but still. And then someone just said, nice profile. Thank you.
Hey!
Sean, tell us the story about how you almost burned down the kitchen.
Ah, shit. Okay, so basically, alright, I had help. It wasn't just me. So, me and my cousin, Zanasia, you might know her from past camera work, and she got me those nice Giants blades type tip. So,
she's our cousin.
Yeah, that's basically my sister, our sister. She's lit. So, me and her were at her apartment, right? This is when she was living with her mother. And, we wanted to make some fried chicken. This is when we were eating meat. So we put some oil on the stove, right? Put it on like medium-high heat. We were pretty heated about a situation that happened in the family, so we were talking about it. and we got a little bit too heated while we were talking, and time kind of flew by a little bit. Like 5-6 minutes go by, and we see a bright ass light coming from the hallway, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta check that out because I ain't trying to burn down the whole house. So we go out into the hallway, and it's obviously coming from the kitchen. So we like run out the door, knocking on everybody's doors in the apartment building, telling them to get out because of the fire and to give me the extinguisher because I gotta put this shit out. So my cousin runs back inside, she grabs her stuff, runs out, and I run in, beast mode, shirt over my face with the extinguisher, and spray down the whole kitchen. And
Scarface in there?
Yeah, hey, I had to get savage because I was scared as hell, right? My aunt isn't the most pleasant person, right? If you go on her bad side.
Okay, we'll keep it rolling. Sorry guys, camera died. Not died, but it just paused. How's that food tasting?
I mean, my mouth
This
is
is
stuffed.
paradise.
I mean,
I was dreaming about this on my cleanse because I was like, because we planned this when I was in the cleanse. I was like, I'm gonna get to that mukbang. I'm gonna do it. And that's like part of the reason I wanted to stick it out to the end, just so I could have the glory of today. Like it should have ended yesterday, but I did it last week. But once you eat, you can't go back to not eating. Like you have to be committed to not. You know what I mean? Like first of all, I was eating. But I was eating very light, I was eating very clean, and you have to be committed to that and like in that and doing that every day, because the minute you cross back over to the dark side, like it's a wrap. Like that's what you want to eat all the time. Like you know how much I freaking love carbs and like sugar, like that's my life. But
that's my life.
That's my life. But it's the best thing in the world to eat all the time. So I'm trying to like dial back. I'm trying to use like low carb options. I still eat a lot of candy. I don't know what to do about that, guys, because
I don't know what to do about him. Because candy is good as hell.
Someone told me that sugar was more addictive than cocaine.
I don't know that.
I mean, sugar is very addictive. There's sugar in literally everything. Like carbs turn into glucose. Like, what's your sugar? Like, sugar in your wine. Like, sugar in the pasta. Like, it's literally everywhere.
Sugar's like cocaine in the 80s. It's everywhere. Everybody got it.
So yeah.
But in the 90s.
But that makes us like, but that's what makes you crave stuff too, is like, you want all the stuff they put in there. Like you want the preservatives, you want the sugar, like you're like, they do tests on people to figure out like what they crave so that they can like make food addictive.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Look, it's what I do, right? You around me, I'm gonna make something, and if you like it, I'm probably gonna make it again.
No,
You know what you meant?
No.
In that case,
I meant like making like Cheetos or something addictive.
Oh, making it
like
addictive.
They like change the formula of the food to like make you crave it.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
They figured out what exact taste draws you back, and just put more of that in it. It's a finesse, but it's smart.
It works. We got more questions.
Pick one. Bada bing, bada boom. Hell yeah. Okay, so we got mad questions.
We got more questions.
Pick one. Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay.
I promise I don't really eat like this.
I like this one. How time consuming and expensive is it to prepare the meals you make? Okay, so I like to plan, so I plan all my meals. Like when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, okay, this is my breakfast for the week. So I'll do one breakfast that I bring to work. So it's like a smoothie, it's a parfait, it's avocado toast. Something that's really easy that I can eat at work and that I can make at work. And then I'll plan what's my lunches for the week. So before this cleanse, I was eating a lot of microwave, like frozen, processed stuff. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm meal prepping now. So that usually takes me like an hour or two, Saturday or Sunday or like early Monday morning. I make food for the whole week and that's it. And then dinner I make like every other day. So I can make sure I buy a meal that I can eat for 2 days. And then it probably takes me like half an hour max. I try to make stuff that's like pretty quick and easy because I work a lot. I work during 9 to 5, and then I work on 9-1 screens when I'm not at work. So I don't have time to just be like slaving away all day. But if I can make it work, you can make it work.
If you're a guy and unorganized and not prepared like me, right? Then it really depends. It really depends because you can. Like, I'll wake up and know exactly what I need to put in my body to get me through the day. And I think that's just it comes from knowing your body very well.
What about when you go to the store though? How do you know what to buy if you just like intuitively eat? Like you go to the store every day?
No. I don't have the money to go to the store yet. So if I end up picking I pick up a lot of small stuff. See, I don't have the best diet for a plant-based eater. I eat a lot of junk food, which is still a problem for me. Right?
Stomach.
Yeah, I have a very sensitive stomach. Diagnosed myself with digestive cramps.
Wait, tell us how you diagnose yourself.
Okay, so a couple years back, this is before my sister convinced us to go plant-based. I had my stomach was really bad. It was really bad and I didn't know what to do about it. My diet was I was eating meat and dairy and stuff like that, but I didn't know what to do about my stomach. So I went to go get it checked and I had to have a colonoscopy and endoscopy. So if you've ever had a colonoscopy before or endoscopy, you know that you gotta drink a whole gallon jug of solution and basically shit water for like a day. Yeah, it's gross. It was probably the worst experience I've had to go through, like voluntarily. Yeah, it was bad. So after the colonoscopy and endoscopy, I talked to my doctor, and he said they didn't find anything that that threw up any red flags or anything. So I basically had to figure it out on my own.
So how did you come across digestive cramps?
Okay, so
did you Google it?
Not really. I just I diagnosed myself with exactly what I feel. Whenever I eat and my food starts to digest and I can feel it work in my stomach, I feel every bit of it. Like some people don't feel their food digest, they just know that they're full.
Really?
I feel it.
So wait, is that a condition or did you name that condition?
I don't think it's a real condition. I looked it up and I swear that shit don't pop up.
The whole time I thought this was like a real condition that you selected. You made up a condition.
Look, yeah. Look.
So you don't know what's wrong with you for real.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with me, but
so
I'll get really bad cramps.
You guys got any suggestions?
Y'all let me know. If y'all know what's wrong with me, and y'all let me know. Comment down below. Hit me with a DM on Instagram, not your mom's greens. Y'all know where to find us.
Wine?
Nice wine, yeah.
It's like $3 wine from Aldi's.
Ooh!
I'm all about some cheap wine.
Might give me
because I'm trash. Okay. What's the next question?
Ooh, okay. Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve? She got this one.
I feel this in my spirit.
What she got?
Because, first of all, I'm going to just say, the people that were not washing your hands, that were not sanitizing, that were touching your whole body and touching everything before Corona, you're canceled. I just can't, what? People, y'all should have been had hand soap. Should have been had hand sanitizer. That's not a pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve, I said to say, is nose picking. I think it's disgusting. I convulse in my body.
So many people do it.
It's so nasty. And then you're touching stuff. You're touching other people. It's disgusting. This is why contagion happens. Because you people are grown. Digging your nose.
I'll be driving and see people picking their nose and driving.
There's tissue. There's tissue in the world. That's what y'all should have been buying that tissue for before. Was for your damn nose. Now you want to buy tissue? I'm over it. It's so gross. I feel really strong in my spirit about it. If you pick your nose, don't talk to me. That's how I feel. So, Sean, you can say what your pet peeve is.
Whoa! Oh, that was funny. You're a comedian. All right. My biggest pet peeve would probably be complaining.
Ooh.
Complaining is just the worst thing you can do. Especially if you're especially if you live in the United States of America. I don't know. Yeah.
I had a lot of shit to complain about.
Look.
A lot.
Have you been to Liberia?
No.
No. Okay. Go to Liberia. Your ass won't complain no more. I swear you won't. Right? If you get your heart eaten by a young boy in the jungle, right? You never have the.
No, I'm asking like what?
Okay, look. There's places in the world,
Yeah,
right?
please explain that. You can't just say
where
that and not say that.
teenage boys and gals are violent enough to cut you open and eat your heart raw for power or for credibility, clout. Y'all want to, you know what I mean, use that term.
Clout?
Oh,
That's clout chasing to eat a human heart?
eat a human heart. It gives you that certain status. Like if you know what I'm saying, me and Deja make the joke, I take it from the temple, I'm gonna eat it. It's a Liberian general heart. It's what a little boy said after he killed the Liberian general
Did he
and
say it
took
like
his
that?
heart. He said it like that, I swear.
Okay, well.
So that's why I don't like complaining, because you could be in a lot worse
You could be getting
position.
your heart eaten by a teenager.
You could get your heart eaten out raw. So stop complaining, people. You'll be alright. You'll live.
Wow. Give me the phone. This is the next question. Were you guys always so close? No, that is the answer to the question. I'm the oldest, Rashawn's the youngest. He's 2, almost 3 years younger than me. And like when you're like a teenager and stuff like that, you're always just like trying to be with your friends. Like you don't want to be around your little brother. Like it just, and also too like you don't have that relationship of like trust where it's like, okay, like we're not gonna tell mom and dad type of thing.
Gotcha.
But once we got older and like once you get older, like age becomes less of a factor in your relationship. So like I don't know. I think probably when I was like in school and college, because Rashawn would never call me. And then whenever you started calling me again,
Yeah.
I think that's when we got closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I think separation did it the best.
I think it helped a lot of my relationships actually to me, because it's like when you're far away from people, you have to really make the time to make that connection with them, and then you talk to them, and it's so much more meaningful than.
And you notice what connections are actually real and what are which.
Exactly.
What benefits does one gain from choosing to eat a plant-based diet? I'll tell you one. Energy. Boy, I be lit.
That's the biggest one.
I be lit. All times of the day. I like the sluggish feeling that you get after eating meat.
Ugh.
Oh my God! It's comparing it to how I feel after I'm eating. Like even this.
Yeah.
I can go to work. I can be up.
You're not gonna fall asleep just because you ate a split of food.
I can do a project. I don't want to. You don't get the itis feeling after eating a lot of plant-based meals. So that's definitely one benefit.
That's gonna be so gross. Watch myself eat spaghetti back.
Yeah, word, me too. I feel like that'd be funnier than gross.
Anyway, okay. What do I think the biggest benefit of plant-based diet is? Ooh. I feel like it makes you evaluate, like be more conscious of everything in your life. Like I've said that in a video
Facts.
before.
Big facts.
When you are just eating a diet, whatever diet that you grew up with, like you don't really think about what you're eating because that's the plate that was put in front of you. You know, that's what your parents prepared, that's what you got at school, that's what you ate out. So you might not even be thinking of how it affects your body. You're not thinking about how you feel because you feel like that all the time.
Right.
So when you clean up your diet and you feel your energy's better, when you know your bowel movements are smoother.
Man, I'm telling you.
You know, like when your skin clears up for a lot of people when they stop eating dairy. You know, and you just feel better in your body. I feel like that's so transformative because then you can start to think about, okay, what else can I do in my life that's going to make me feel different that I've never thought about before? Like, could I be increasing, like, my time at the gym? Like, could I be reading more? Could I be, you know, really thinking about what type of people I spend my time with?
You question a lot.
You question a lot. I think it definitely opens the door for a whole new way of thinking. So I think that's probably like aside from energy or in addition to energy, like one of the biggest benefits of the diet. For sure.
That and your flatulence don't smell so damn bad. Oh my God.
So
man, after eating some wings.
No, if you don't eat well and you fart, oh my God.
Yeah, it's bad. You can
Someone
smell
did it
your
in our
diet.
office once and it was like.
You can smell your diet. Like, spell it.
It was like someone was like, that person needs to go to the doctor. Like, they say he needs to go to the doctor. Somebody else said that he needs to go to the doctor because of how his fart smells. I'm sorry, if you fart in the office, you deserve to be put on YouTube. And because of how it smells, and if your bowels smell like that, like you need to clean up your diet. Like you should. You should watch what you're eating. Like, let me tell you, like, how you feel in your body, like what your bowel movements are, like what your energy levels are. Like you should be looking at that and like looking directly at your diet for that, unless you have some type of underlying health condition. But even still, like your diet impacts what types of chronic illnesses you may like.
Impacts your whole life.
Yeah, like you might encounter later in life. So you gotta be smart, guys.
You gotta be smart.
And you can still like obviously have fun and like eat really good food.
Oh, but look.
The best. Also, that's a benefit too. Is I have become so much of a better cook. I've tried so many more different foods. Like I really experimented in the kitchen. Like I never did that before when I was eating meat because you eat like. When you eat meat, it's like a protein and sides, and like that's a lot of the meals. When you eat plant-based, like there's so many different ingredients that you're putting into a dish, like so many different flavors. Like you get so creative. Like I do not.
Doors open up.
Doors open up. Like I don't miss the food from before. Like I'm like the foods that we eat now are just like.
It's very like 4-dimensional. Like before,
I was
eating in 2D, 2D, literally. So. It's definitely a change. It's a change of pace, like, and that's why I tell people like, a lot of people think, you know what I'm saying, going on plant-based means you're not gonna be eating as good or it's not gonna taste as good. Well, I don't eat nothing that tastes bad.
Oh,
I don't make anything that tastes bad. It's not gonna taste bad.
I don't eat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat it. There's no point in eating it if I'm not gonna enjoy eating it. I have to enjoy what's on my plate. So if y'all are looking for some good plant-based meals, y'all just come check us out. Ask
That's
us.
our plug. Like
If y'all want us to remix something that y'all got,
ooh, we're gonna start doing that. I want you to do that recipe
remix.
I've done that with a lot of stuff.
Get ready.
Spaghetti, chili, I know, Philly cheesesteak. If you guys follow us on Instagram, you've seen some recipes, and that's literally just taking meat-based recipes and making them plant-based. It is so easy because there's so many like veggie meats out there. There's so many substitutes,
and you can make a lot of substitutes at home too. So.
Yeah, that too. Or, get creative, substitute beans, stuff like that. I just made this quesadillas the other day.
Yeah.
It was from Fit Man Cook. It was not a recipe, but they were fire.
Big flame.
Woo! And that was black beans and like bell peppers and vegan cheese and whole wheat tortillas, and it was amazing. And I feel like I didn't, you don't sacrifice anything to eat like that.
Nah, you don't sacrifice nothing, and it tastes so damn good, and it still sits you down.
I'm gonna get the ice cream.
Ooh. Murderer!
Oh my god, you fell on the floor?
Ladies on your shoulder.
I feel like royalty eating a feast like this. Like I don't think we ever actually made a feast before. This is pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty dope.
It's literally like a 3-course meal, so we ate all the courses at once.
If we had salad, it wouldn't be.
Well, we had bread though, and we had pizza, so it's like appetizer.
Yeah, pizza ain't no appetizer.
I mean, pizza is a main course. I'm just saying we want to try to like finesse. Okay, first of all, I've been wanting mint chocolate chip vegan ice cream like since I stopped eating dairy.
Really?
This is my favorite flavor.
I know, but like have you been looking like that?
It's like every time they come with a new one, I've been waiting for mint chocolate chip. And they have none. They only have like basic flavors.
Type shit.
And as soon as I went on this fucking cleanse, what comes out? Mint chocolate chip ice cream. I'm sitting there literally like dying, like, are you kidding me right now? The one time I can't eat ice cream, you come out with the vegan mint chocolate chip.
That's ironic.
Oh my god. This is from So Delicious. Sponsor us. Dairy free with coconut milk and it
smells good.
Amazing.
She just waved it in front of my nose, like I smell so much mint.
I got it from Whole Foods. It's probably like $5. I mean, these ice creams are always expensive, but I think it's worth it. Because I'll eat ice cream. I had it in my fridge for like 6 months. Like,
oh yeah. Not me.
You eat yours like 6 days.
I'm taking it down.
But it takes me a while to get through my ice cream.
I'm taking it down.
That Talente. Is that what it's called? Talente?
Yeah. Talenti.
Mm-hmm. They're dairy free sorbetto by mango.
Sorbet, yes. The sorbet.
No, they call it sorbetto.
Sorbetto? Can't say that
Whatever. It's so good. But
I
I
like
had
the
it in my
mango.
fridge for like 3 months.
The
It
mango
is so
shit
good.
is like really good.
Oh yeah. Let me get my list.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's good as hell though.
We should make an ice cream.
Ooh.
Like make our own vegan ice cream. Should be dope. We should
That would be
if you
dope.
guys want to see that, let us know. I think we're gonna make it either way.
We gotta look it up how to make. But we need,
Ice
we
cream
need a little.
general.
We need a little machine, don't we? A
Uh-uh.
churner. We need no churner.
You could make it yourself, but I think it's better with the machine.
Come home. Hell yeah, we gotta do better. No question. Last question.
Okay. So good.
Hell yeah. Let's see. What inspires you most?
You go first.
It might sound cliche with my family. A lot of people, they do everything for themselves or their dog or their mom. I got my whole family. I got a crew of pirates on a boat, and we're ready to, you know what I mean, go across the seas, eat all the good greens, and you know what I mean. I don't know. That's just yeah. I guess that's it.
I think what inspires me most, like people that have lived extraordinary lives, like not just like on a big scale, but even like with our parents, like people that we know, like who made like a big impact with their life, like who did something courageous, who like, you know, chased a dream or
Overcame
Overcame adversity, like Maya Angelou is like a big inspiration for me as a writer, and she did so many different things, which like inspires me because I have so many different interests. So yeah, I just think that people who like left a mark on the world, and who like, to me, like lived a life like worth living, like something that they could be proud of. I think that's what inspires me the most, because I want to do the same thing.
Word.
So yeah.
What's wrong? I don't know.
That's all she wrote, Sean?
Might send this out.
Alright. Thank you guys for watching this plant-based coronavirus quarantine mukbang. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want us to do another one with some different foods, let us know. We are more than happy to eat like this any day of the week. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Also follow us on Instagram at @MyMomIsGreens.
Comment below what y'all want to see, questions, all that.
All that stuff. We're open to video ideas. So have a good night or good day, whatever. We'll see you in the next one.
Buenas noches.